Welcome to Beer N Bulldogs. This show is about responsible dog ownership, the history, and appreciation of the American Pit Bull Terrier. We do not promote or condone any illegal activities, including animal cruelty or dogfighting, which are not only unethical, but also violate the Animal Welfare Act of 1976. This is strictly for legal, ethical, historical, and entertainment purposes. Let's keep it positive and show these amazing dogs the respect they deserve. Cheers!
About to go down, so who's gonna be my dogs? Cause I'm about to break some laws. I ain't supposed to get in any trouble again. If I do, they gonna put me back in the pen. But you like to dodge my calls, so I'm about to break your jaw. I ain't scared of doing time, it ain't even on my mind at all. So who's gonna feed my dog?
Yo, it's Calypso from Beer N Bulldogs. If you're serious about your dogs, you need gear that's just as tough as they are. That's why I rock with Bulldog Strong. Built for strength, durability, and performance. Whether you're conditioning, training, or just taking a walk, their harnesses, collars, and leashes can handle the pressure. And when the work gets real, they got braking sticks to keep things under control. So don't settle for weak. Don't just be strong. Be Bulldog Strong. Yo, it's Calypso from Beer N Bulldogs. If you're serious about feeding your bulldogs right, working dogs, performance dogs, or just your everyday beast, I rock with Showtime 2720. It's been solid for mine. Now, you can't just order it online, but it's out there. Just hit that link in the description. Drop your zip code and find a dealer near you. And hey, if you pick up a bag or one of them dope-ass hats, let them know Beer N Bulldog sent you.
So people come to my house and they ask me, do that dog bite? And I go, not me. I say, not me.
All right. So, Ram, what you been up to, man? What you been up to lately, man?
Oh man, had my kids and we was on vacation, having fun. Disney World, SeaWorld type shit, getting it in, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, I got shared custody of them, so I get them half of the summer, and then Mama get them. So I always try to make sure we had the best fun. The topic and shit. I'm just competitive like that, so I'm the best parent. You feel me?
yeah.
Other than that shit just work, I work for myself, started my own mobile mechanic service company in 2020, right before 19 hit. We just took off from there, and then last year, me and my cousin went in on a couple street sweepers and shit, and started our own street sweeper company. Other than, raising my kids, working, man, that's really all I'll be on. I'm boring now.
I dig it, man. Well, man, I got some questions for you, man.
I got some answers for you.
All right, man. So, when did you get your first American Pit Bull Terrier, and how old were you around that time?
Well, I got my first one in 1992, February. That's our Bulldog season. But back then, I didn't know that. I was only 12 years old. And how I ended up getting them was I went to my first show that night, and the dude who went owning the dog, his name Batman. Well, it was the dog, man. The dude, he owed old man Flowers, who brought me there. He was like, the OG. He owed him some bread, so after he won and shit, he had to come up off that fucking that money and the dog too, because I guess it wasn't enough. So he gave me the dog and shit after he won his second one. So my first dog ever, Eli Carver with a little bit of Evo, red type shit, with some Heinzel in there. So that was my first dog, Batman, two-time winner.
Oh, man.
But I ain't know shit, though, about the dogs, other than, my prior experience I had with a dog named Champion Max. But you heard that on my first interview I sent you earlier, but I still tell the story.
Yeah.
Champion Max, he belonged to this couple named Kim and Dave. They was my mom and dad's friends, couple night type shit. And he was an old school looking dog, Sorrel looking dog, ears cropped, big skin, just all that old Bert Sorrel stuff.
Nice.
And I'm walking him one day and shit, this has got to be like around 88. So I'm like 8 years old. I'm walking him and shit down the street, and the neighborhood bully dog was a big old Rottweiler at the time. He jumped out on us. And old Champion Max put the Beast by Dre on that motherfucker, man.
Man.
Like, this dog, he was way smaller. He wasn't one of them big Sorrels dogs.
Yeah, people don't know about them Sorrels. Too many people, they don't know too much about them. I tell them, hey, man, they some good dogs. Especially back in the day.
Both Rick and Bert both lived out here in Arizona at one point in time. So a lot of these dogs had a lot of influence still out here on my come up, And there's still some out here that ain't been, bred different or nothing like that. Just, of course, if you got to have outs, you only keep breeding the family, but it's still heavy influenced on the Rick and Bert Sorrels. Because, they wasn't related. They ran different dogs, but they still kind of ran the same dogs.
Yeah.
They breeding tactics was a little different. But yeah, Batman, that was my first dog, 12 years old. I ain't know shit about him. Ain't no dog man like that in my family or nothing, so just a 12-year-old running around the hood doing 12-year-old shit with the dog.
Wow, man. Well, so I heard you speak about, some German Shepherds and stuff in some other interviews, but what made you gravitate towards the American Pit Bull Terrier over other breeds? Was it that moment you seen the Rottweiler situation? Or?
Yeah, it was that moment right there. Cause I had seen, in the 80s, everybody used to let their dogs roll and shit. So my great uncle, he had two Dobermans. That was the king of the South Side where he was from. The king and the queen, because them motherfuckers will pack your ass out and they never shoot you a fair one. And there was some of them big, closer to the original Doberman-looking Dobermans. So, them was cool. But when I seen that little ass dog do that big ass Rottweiler that everybody was terrified of, because he was the neighborhood king until that point. He whooped all the German Shepherds, all the Great Danes, just all that shit people used to have back then. Whooped shit out Lassie, but when Champion Max got on his ass, that motherfucker. When I'm a kid, I'm thinking the gate, it looked like it was fucking 12 feet tall. That motherfucker jumped over that shit without touching it. But now I go back and look at it, this shit, it's only 6 feet tall because the house is still there. Same fence and everything all these years later.
But
so
wait.
Big old motherfucker hit that gate and he wouldn't even fucking bark no more. You walk past it. Before that, though, he was the neighborhood terror. It sound like he finna, bust through the gate, come get you in your dog ass. After Champion Max put the Beast by Dre on him, I fell in love with that shit, and that's really all I wanted, And back then, them dogs, the pit bull wasn't as easily and readily available to the public. You still kind of had to know somebody, or at least know somebody who knows somebody,
Yeah.
Because it ain't like how it is now where the common street pit, what I call them, they ain't been bred for combat or nothing. Shit. The last 20, 30, maybe 40 years. Whereas, back then, them dogs was fucking one generation removed, if that, from being in the box,
And I just want to remind my listeners that all this is historical, educational. Some of it might not even be true. We don't know if this man even just lying to us. But
I be lying like a motherfucker, man. I be lying to these bitches, to my wife, just everybody. Like everybody except my kids. And I might be lying about that.
So,
you feel me?
So these are just stories. We talking about dogs. We love dogs, so whatever.
Yeah, this is all historical standpoint, though, too. We can't not act like America wasn't founded on this type of shit. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And still practice this type of shit. Like, to put it in fucking perspective, America been at war with somebody since its inception.
Yes.
There's never been a fucking year that America has been a fucking America that we ain't been kicking somebody ass, and these dogs represented that. In the past, especially when shit was more rugged. I was a fucking outside feral latchkey kid. So, hell yeah. It's only right that motherfuckers would do that type of shit still.
Yes, sir.
Back then, that was fucking rugged man shit to do. Now, these days I don't condone that shit at all, especially with the trouble you could get into. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to that dog before Champion Max, the dog that you had got.
Champion Max was the first dog that I seen, the first pit bull I seen that, was a real pit bull, and he was already a champion. I just didn't know, what a champion was at fucking 8 years old. I thought his name was Champion, last name Max. You feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't know champion was a title that he earned, and, come to find out years later, when I'm old enough to ask the right question and shit, he had won 4,
Yeah. But the dog that you got,
Batman.
Batman,
12, the first dog that I actually owned. Yeah, Batman.
Could you tell us a little bit about Batman and what kind of impact he had on you?
Batman set the standard for me of what a pit bull should be. And what I mean by that is, running around the neighborhood, letting them beat up on all the other little dogs and shit. Cause everybody was still, rolling their dog back then. That was just something he fucking did. And he was just, from the night I seen him, professionally in the box, cause he won in short order. He motherfucker won in like 20 or less minutes, bro. Like, he just went in there and put on a fucking show. He had the speed, he had the ability, a ton of agility, especially for the type of, dog, how he was bred. He could really move real fast, real strong, and a terrible mouth, a pressure bite, which, I come to find that out later on, what type of bite it was and a different type of bites and shit.
Yeah.
But he was a serious pressure biter with a combination of bone crushing. So he could break a leg, he could break a stifle, especially if he fucking get in there and you can't get him out of it, he gonna swell you up and crush it.
Yeah.
So, seeing him do that and on my come up before, I had my first real professional match when I was 18. So from fucking 12 to 18, all I seen was, Batman. And in my mind, every pit bull was like Batman. And I didn't know, as the years progressed, that you would have cold dogs, late starters, just all that shit. Especially if you just get them from people who not breeding them, for that type of competition. So in my mind, every dog had to be like Batman or better, So even from then on, after, I got past Batman and got serious, I always kept how Batman was in my mind and seeing him in different situations against bigger dogs. I put that little motherfucker, he was only like 38 pounds, bro. I put that motherfucker on great days and all kind of shit. And he was able to, survive that maneuver, stay out the way, come in and, get on their ass when they slow down a little bit. So every dog had to have, them attributes. And if they didn't, I would cull them. And what I mean by cull them is I wouldn't use them. Like, I'm not going to breed you, none of that. I'll give you away or I'll sell you because you're not a bad dog. You didn't do nothing wrong. You ain't quit. You ain't curved, but you're not living up to the expectations that I got. And that's kind of unfair because Batman, thinking back, as years progressed and I got more mature in the game and learned the different fucking styles and all that shit, what an ace was, he was pretty close to a fucking ace. So having that standard, like, you got to be pretty close to a fucking ace, and that's why I was able to be successful, because I always kept that standard, you know? Yeah. No matter how the dog was bred, you got to be like Batman or better. And I sent you a few of the dogs I had earlier, you know? A lot of them, I had way more champions than that, bro. You feel me?
Yeah. But
they all was like that standard or more.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, some older interviews, you'll hear me say I don't believe in the once in a lifetime dog shit, because I've had multiple once in a lifetime dogs, and say I might be being greedy. It might be my fault that everybody else ain't get one yet. You feel me? Because I keep taking them all. But I've had them, and you can continue to get them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
He impacted me from then, when I was 12, all the way until, you know, I retired.
All right. So, you know, for the listeners, man, where did you grow up? And I was curious if your upbringing had any play in your passion for the dogs.
Originally, you know, ever since fucking 1904, before this shit was even part of the State of the Union. And then before that, grandparents on my top side, I saw the other from Louisiana, you know, Little Rock, shit like that. And on the bottom side, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas again. So, you know, bred heavy on the down south type shit. But up here, grew up here. I grew up with my great grandparents too, though. So, and my grandparents. So I come from old blood. You feel me? And I was able to be around those type of men, and how they came up. They was way hard. You feel me? Like, if I could bring them back to life now, them motherfuckers would turn right back around and have a heart attack, and how soft shit is now. So I grew up not a gangster, but just a manly little boy, because I had the manly influence. So I had my father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather on both sides of my pedigree. And, you know, the motherfuckers was born in the 30s and shit. They come on was way, way rough. So how they thought, you know, how they fucking operated, the respect they commanded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even now, because trace my pedigree back to 1813, and I'm the only fucking dog man I can find in there. So how I grew up, no, it didn't have that, but just my competitive nature is what drew me to it. So I could be the best, I can do my best, and even if you beat me, I'm good with that, because I know I gave it my all and I ain't fucking quit. You were just better than me that day, and when I got to see that in the dog, it just was natural for me, because, you know, I'm a natural animal lover. Even now, I'm like fucking Dr. Doolittle in the neighborhood. If it's a dog loose or whatever, they all fucking come to me, because I'll be on the porch or got my garage open, working on the car, doing something and shit. Like, fucking birds will crash and boom, they'll be right on my doorstep in the morning, like, help me out, doc. So I always just like fucking animals, but I respect a warrior animal too, because I was raised up with warriors, you know? Not to be a warrior per se, but not to be a bitch either, you know? If you're a man, you gonna fucking take care of your family if you got one. You gonna respect your woman even if you cheating on her. I don't even call it cheating, because I tell my wife, you know, she knew who I was when she met me. You feel me? But I'm not gonna have no outside babies on you. Ain't gonna bring you nothing. Every now and then I might like to stick my dingus in another something. You feel me? Another lady's mouth, just to keep it PG. You feel me? But
yeah.
You know, I was raised on fucking you a man. You tell the fucking truth. If a motherfucker can't whoop you, what you lying for? You feel me? You only lie to the judge and the police. That's how I was raised. So that combined with I love to compete, and fighting a dog that was like that just went hand in hand with me, bro.
Man, I respect that, man. I respect that. Like, so Ram, who were some of the dog men that inspired you when you first started out? Or, you know,
bruh, none. Like, I was my own shit. Like, having that man, it just, again, I'm 12 years old. My only experience was seeing Champion Max put the Beast by Dre on the Rottweiler. I'm 4 years later, I'm fucking box pit side, you know, and a motherfucker going for his second fast lane shit. So from the time I was 12 till I was 18, I didn't have no mentors. But because I used to, you know, play sports and I used to want to be a boxer, my flat foot ass hated running. You feel me? So you kind of do need to run to be a successful boxer in case it go long. but I knew how to get myself in shape from playing sports. So I would do the same shit that I would do to help get me in shape to a dog, and that's how I learned just different ways of conditioning and shit. Cause I didn't have nobody to show me the proper way to do it.
Right.
So I figured out a way to do it that was still proper to still get good results. You feel me? It wasn't until I was 18 living in Chicago that I had some shit off of Champion Minnow bred to Champion Red Lady, my bitch Passion. And them was real dog men who showed me, you know, how to use a spring pole correctly, how to fucking use a fucking flirt pole correctly, how to goddamn motherfucking use a slant mill, just the basic tools that you would need. I ain't saying these was high level, you know, top shit, but they were serious dog men. You feel me?
Yeah,
and being able to see that, I'm like, okay. Because I ain't gonna care if they was impressed on the shit I was already doing because it was so far outside the box, and they was brought up with mentors who told them how to do it, and you only do it this way, and you know how that shit go when you learn how to do something from somebody, you tend to stick to it even if it's wrong. You know, you might not see it's wrong until somebody who doing it right show you where you fucking up at. Whereas I didn't have that, so the shit I seen, they was just like more of you can do it like type shit. There was more, you know, understanding, and I had the best dog out there litter. You feel me? Because they repeated the breeding twice. It was a good breeding. I got past her just because she was crazy. You feel me?
Yeah.
But again, I always liked dogs, and this was before I started training dogs professionally. I just bonded with her and shit, and just started teaching her just little shit, teaching her different spots to go, and you know. Come that summertime and shit, she fucking 18 months old. You start looking at her on her litter mates and then her belly mates, which was the litter before them. And granted, she wasn't as big as them, but her mouth was, her strength was, her speed was. She was just the better dog of that breed. And there was some good dogs in both litters. That's not taking them away, but the bonds I had and, you know, the training that I did with her just was so unorthodox and shit, but it fucking worked enough to where her big sister Zena get on her fucking head. She was a head dog, big old 50-pound bitch. I could, you know, direct her to get out that trouble, you know, with hand signals, claps, just talking to her being right there. So, yeah, once they seen that, then I can say, mentor, no, but, because again, motherfuckers are competitors too and shit, and they want to take you shit back. But I bought the dog. It's my dog now, so I'm finna call the bitch waiting shit, you know? And when I thought it, I wouldn't know. If I'd have known back then what I knew now, yeah, that bitch would have been like a 32 all day. Because this bitch, she was like a fucking 40 on the chain, but I did her at 37. Only took 3 pounds off of her. But again, I didn't, you know, I'm just now learning how to properly condition, and I'm still kind of stuck on how I taught her, you know, myself and her, my conditioning methods, you know, which they was good, but they wasn't fast and they ain't good. And I ended up doing her, you know, I'm 18 that summer in the box and shit, you know, real ref, all that handling those sticks, all that shit you practice before you get to the box. So now I'm there and shit. And funny story, you know, we get there, we downtown in Chicago, man. The old warehouse and shit, that warehouse district. So we all in there and shit. We get there kind of early and shit. I'm looking around like, damn, this shit look just how it was when I was 12, but it's bigger. It was in a barn when I was 12. And now in this big ass warehouse and shit, motherfuckers in there, you know, everybody, couple scales just hanging, you know, niggas getting the water ready and shit, and goddamn, the K9 unit pull up, bro. Man, I see that shit. I grabbed Pasha up like fucking goddamn Bo Jackson. They got the fuck up out of there. Boom, knock motherfuckers down, checked out. Homies had to pull up, catch me. I'm like fucking 3-4 blocks away. Gone. I'm way out of breath and shit now. I'm kind of tired, but I'm like, fuck that. We ain't going. These niggas is laughing and shit. The motherfucker hit a K9. He was there to do his dogs. I was like, you motherfuckers is that corrupt? Like, you ain't need to go change clothes, the truck, nothing. You just coming right after work with your dog. And I ended up going into that motherfucker, and we won and shit. We won in, I thought it was sooner, but when I was talking to my big homie, he was there too, who I lived in Chicago with, homie from the section. He was like, nah, this shit was like 32, 33 minutes, bro. But it was all you. You feel me? And I was like, bet. But just seeing that shit and that was, I could say, be part of my first mentorship. But where I've come from, to get back to that, born here, raised here for a little bit, and I was raised in section too, you know, out there for a little bit.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he ended up moving out there in Denver Lane Hood, and you know, I can't move over there at Denver Lane Hood with him. He got sick, but he was getting his treatment out there. That time, around that time, they had the best cancer treatment was out there.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, moved to the section over there, and you know, in the set, and stayed over there for a couple years. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, kind of both. You feel me? But mostly out here, AZ bred. But yeah, lived in the set too, though, like a motherfucker. And yeah, it was a different experience. You feel me? I say that it was game because I was already active and shit. You feel me? That same year I had got put on the set. It was right before I had got Batman. You feel me? So I was already off the porch, but gang banging out here and gang banging out there, and I was gang banging extraordinaire. There was so many motherfuckers that was gang banging. Like, God damn, the hood big as fuck out this bitch.
Well,
back home, you know, we only a couple hundred deep. Out here, we thousands deep.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know you said you didn't really have too many mentors per se, but
yeah, but to get back to that though, I fucking go on the run and shit because my badass decided I ain't gonna be no doughboy and shit. Just I can't be no drug dealer. I just seen, you know, the damage that shit caused when it first hit the scene. So I started robbing fucking banks and shit. So after I go to the pen and I get out and shit, I get up with my partner, my big homie Billy. He from my section out here too, my essay partner. And he really showed me the game, you know, like really, because him and my brother from the same hood. You know, he like my little brother, big homeboy. And I call him a big homie too, just because he took me under the wing as far as the game go and his dog shit, this thing go hard with the dogs.
Okay.
And really showed me how to do it the right way, from fucking breeding them to feeding them to daily husbandries to all the shit that got me to where, you know, I can come on and get paid to talk about this shit now. I got from him. So yeah, I did have a mentor, but I wasn't. It was when until I was 25. I went to the pen. I was on the run for 2 years. I started running up in the banks when I was 17. It got cracked when I was 18, about to be 19, and went on the run for 2 years, a year and some change. And I got popped when I was 20, and I had to go sit down for 5. When I home, he was on, you know, and he was understanding and seeing that, you know, I was serious because I was already back in the game. I had, you know, a little bit more game, a little bit more polished, but I wasn't to where I was at before I retired, you know, professional-wise. So, yeah, so everything. He the reason I could say you could make the dog you want from everything from how it look, as far as color-wise, its markings, just everything you want in a dog, and still keep the performance. You could do it because I've seen him do it. You know, he liked buckskin, black mass dogs. We went through a lot of buckskin, black mass dogs until we found buckshot old dog him. You feel me?
Yeah.
But when he got him, he showed me that you can fucking keep the shit that they got, and you can add to it, take the shit away that don't work. Just everything, and conditioning. Like, he the reason I was a cold conditioner.
Could you maybe share a piece of advice that he may have gave you that still sticks with you today?
Perfect best example is fucking don't bullshit. And he told me that when me and my one of my partners, we was fluffing the dogs trying to get him to go. You know, he like 2 years old. And they wasn't fucking cranking on. He was like, what the fuck is y'all doing? You in here bullshitting, don't bullshit. Either put them back on the chain or bring some here that's already ready to go. And from that, that just always stuck to me, just because he was disappointed in me because he'd already gave me the game. So he looked like, homie, what the fuck is you doing? You know better than this. Like, did I not teach you, you know, the way? Motherfucker, what is you doing? And just, that always stuck with me. I was like 26, 27 at the time. I was like, you know what, you're right. And I just took that and I just didn't bullshit at anything because I already knew better, you know?
Yeah.
That's what he was getting at. Like, you already know better. What you doing? Either put these motherfuckers back up or go fucking grab Big Shot off the chain. And he'll start both of these motherfuckers up right now, you know?
Yeah.
But just that look of disappointment he had because he knew that he told me better and he knew that I knew better. Because I had practices that before, you feel me? I just wanted to start this dog for some dumbass bravada's reason. You feel that male bravado is a bitch when it gets going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't bullshit, man. I just took that and applied it to life.
All right.
So when I went back to college after the first time I got out the game, I told myself, stop bullshit, man. You fucking only got a year some change left before you could get a fucking bachelor's degree. Don't bullshit. And then I went to get my training with the same thing. Fucking just kept it rolling from that, bro. Just don't bullshit.
I can dig
that
it,
shit
man.
got me far with the dogs and just in life in general.
Yeah.
You see, I got 2 successful small businesses, you know?
Yeah.
So, owner of one and co-owner of the other and doing good. Like, feel me? Got 2 jobs. But my daughter, if she getting ready to graduate, she want to go to Juilliard. If she don't get a scholarship, guess who's still going to Juilliard?
Yep.
Feel me?
Yep. So
just that mentality got me to where I'm at now, just in life in general. Just don't bullshit.
Right.
If you a man, don't bullshit. We already fucking die before our ladies do, so we really don't got enough time. Most of that is spent working, so don't bullshit on nothing.
Right.
Whether it's working or fucking doing something for yourself. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was just pointing at my camera and I was telling the crowd, you heard what he said, don't bullshit. And so what's one thing about you, Ram, that most people might not know outside of the dogs?
I'm really fucking smart. Like, not just smart, but intelligent. I just don't like, well, I do like to, but I know it's fucked up being the know-it-all smartest guy in the room. But, people can still be comfortable and I'm still likable and shit and still can hear people out without, judging them and shit. I kind of dumb it down for them, but I'm super intelligent, bro. I just took an IQ test and I don't even want to tell y'all what it was because y'all don't think I'm lying. You feel me? But I'm just extremely intelligent. I just dumb it down a lot, and not to dumb it down is the wrong term, so I turn it down just so I could be more relatable to people who do want to approach me and ask me questions. I don't want to be intimidated like you fucking Tookie Williams and shit. I ain't gang banging no more. I want you to be scared of me like I'm fucking soccer dad now. You feel me? You ask me anything within reason. You feel me?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm very intelligent, bro. Super, like, I fucks with it. But I'm like a hood nerd. You feel me? I was the kid who, before gang banging and cracking and shit, I would take everything apart, see how it worked. Well, why did it work like that? And put it exactly back together type shit.
Yeah.
Mechanically. I grew up with the Encyclopedia Britannica. Right. That was my punishment. I get caught out there fucking showing out, breaking windows, just all the shit kids do. Now I gotta go in there and fucking read fucking all the A's. Then I gotta write an essay with them. And it better make sense type shit. You feel me?
Yeah. I knew a few people like that when I was growing up.
Yeah, the hood got a lot of hood geniuses. A lot of times we don't get to make it out that bitch. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But go ahead. You knew a few what? Like,
no, I knew a few partners that grew up in the hood, and you just be like, man, what school did you go to? Oh, you just went to the hood school, but you smart as hell. Yeah, just a regular elementary. Yeah, went to regular elementary, regular high school, didn't go to any fancy schools, but they was smart enough to go after high school to Loma Linda. I had a buddy, and he became a brain surgeon, and I was like, bro, what the heck? Anyway, and if you know about being a brain surgeon, that's like school forever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's school plus. You feel me? Motherfuckers still got to go do refresher courses and shit like that.
Yep.
So, hell yeah. A lot of people just, think I'm just a regular hood dude because that's what I like to show you, just to be more relatable,
Yes, sir. Well, I was going to ask, who's your all-time favorite bulldog that you've seen or owned?
Oh, man. That's kind of tough, bro. Fuck. I don't got just one, bro, because I had some, bruh.
Okay.
I had so many fucking good dogs, man. It's kind of hard. I had one-time winners that I loved to death. My favorite dog, I'll probably say, is two-time winner I had named Showtime. He was a fucking 10 and everything you wanted in a dog, man. As far as combat-wise, but he was also built like an old-school war dog. And the fucking front legs was damn near thick as my wrist, bro. Big old head, big solid muzzle, thick skin. You know, he didn't tear up easy at all. And game is fucking all outdoors, bro.
Yeah. You know what? I got.
It had to be. So yeah, Showtime. But then I like Jedi a lot too. Is a one-time winner I had. I call him the dentist with finish. You feel me?
Right.
Bud, another one-time winner. Crushing dog, cannibal dog. Fucking put you down and eat you. I thought he was gonna be a cold dog. That's probably why he got a soft spot in my heart. That I had a grandson of buckshot and shit. I was raising around Bud as a puppy. Cause Bud, he was a good house dog. I thought he was gonna be cold and shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I let him just raise Ruger up, and Ruger tried to hump him one day. You know, and this was Bud damn near 3 years old. I done tried to start him up at least 10 times, but when Ruger tried to hump him, that motherfucker broke both Ruger legs and shit. He wasn't going for getting butt fucked, bro.
Yeah.
So I appreciated him after that because I did him just once and he beat a two-time winner and I couldn't get him hooked again and shit. They was just like, fuck no. That motherfucker, Grand Jack was another one, got a soft spot for. He lost to Grand Champion Yantis, but he was fucking deep game in. He had a killer mouth. He just didn't have a lot of style. Of course, Old Dog and Buckshot, but you know, they're my most notable dogs. I would say though, my favorite all the time would have to be Jedi's daughter, Jackie Brown, bred to the Coca-Cola shit. That's what she was. Jedi had the Coca-Cola in them. And not the Coca-Cola, but Peaches. They mama, she was some of that old goddamn Greenwood crossed with some old Carver shit, man. Big old bitch. Produced Jackie Brown. So yeah, she was my favorite all around dog. She was the most sweetest dog. Beautiful. As far as look wise, conformation wise, she was perfect rectangle. She had all the speed of the Coca-Cola shit, all the mouth of the Coca-Cola shit, but she had the power of the Greenwood. She was just a perfect blend. But she was a jealous dog too. That's why I liked her too. She didn't like no other female, be it her offspring or mama. She ain't like my fucking wife, my mistress, none of that shit. She just only fuck with me. She was like, man, I'm your best bitch. And she was. You feel me? She produced real good for me too.
You know,
yeah, Jackie Brown.
I look at Greenwood Dogs almost like they're like because I know people are gonna get mad when I say this, like they're the cousins of the Sorrells dogs or something. And I love Greenwood Dogs. That's great you said that, man. That's great because a lot of people don't know about Greenwood Dogs, man. There's a lot of people who don't know about them. Well, you know, so
you're absolutely right, bro. But just in my on my campaign, I was willing to try any and every bloodline that I could get my hands on, just so I could see for myself. You know, I need that information so I could see. And what I found was it's good, great, and cur dogs in literally every fucking bloodline.
Yes, you're right.
It just matters the man behind them. Why did he breed these dogs? What is he breeding them for?
Yes, sir.
If he's sticking to the script, them dogs are still gonna be how they was when Ralph had them way back in the fucking early 1900s. As far as Greenwood dogs go, and that's with any bloodline of dog. Everyone got his good and bad. Some more than others. Some is extremely hard as fuck to find. You know, but hell yeah, if you can find a good Greenwood dog, you ought to be better for it.
Yeah.
Them dogs was built right. You know, they didn't tear up easy. They wasn't thin skinned. They had nice, good, thick bone density, hard teeth that stayed in their head. Like, they was good all around dogs, and they was competitive dogs. You know, what I mean by that is they wasn't in there just, you know, going through the motions. they're in there competing with you. If you trying to get ahead, they trying to get ahead, you know?
Plus, people probably...
you do, they doing too.
Plus, for some people who don't know, Ralph Greenwood, he ran the ADBA. So he was on top of all the top dogs. He knew what was going on, so he could see everybody's paperwork, so he knew what to look for.
Yep. And I think that's why their line was successful. And they didn't let it out to a lot of people. You feel me? So, hell yeah, you see some heavy Greenwood Oakley shit up close if you know where to look. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Some heavy Black Sabbath up close if you know where to look. Just a lot of fucking just different shit. Mm-hmm. But that's the beauty of these dogs, though, man. There's still a lot of good old blood out there that motherfuckers is keeping, you know, and they sticking to the script and they ain't letting it get out. Mm-hmm. And they passing it down to the right people who just respect the game still and gonna push it forward. Not only with preserving it, but making it better.
Mm-hmm. You are right, man. So, you know what, man? I got a question that's just off the wall for you, man. I heard an interview one day where you were talking about when people come over to your house, you dump your good dog food in a pedigree bag.
Oh yeah, I still do that now, bro. And I ain't even active. I just got 2 young dogs and a real home. You feel me?
Now, I just wanted to make...
I still do that now because I still eat real good food, though. You know? So,
I wanted
that was just, again, me being a competitor. Right. I'm not finna give you no fucking help if we compete.
So, I'm just going to make a quick guess. Can I guess what might be in the bag? I'm just guessing. Did you put Showtime dog food inside the bag?
Oh, no. What I would do is, like... again, like always, fuck with just the other dogs in the neighborhood, even if they wasn't, they just pet. So I go buy some cheap dog food and let my neighbor get it. One of my cousins, my mama, little wiener dog, you know, shit like that. I get them the whole bag, just in the bag that I use, and then I take the fucking food that was in my bag and dump it in the fucking pedigree, the Old Roy, the generic Kroger brand, just whatever. You feel me? So motherfuckers see the food when they come over, and then they want to see some dogs, how they look, you know, in the back in the kennels and shit. And they like, God damn, these motherfuckers look that good off of that. Yep.
But it wasn't.
When they motherfuckers start doing that shit, and they be all shitty when I go to their house and all that. But still, my motto was, why is you asking me that, man? Even though we cool, we cordial, you come to my house, we watch the game, kick it, eat dinner. We even go on fucking double dates with our wives and comedy shows and all that. But at the end of the day, if we not kennel partners, we fucking competing against each other. I'm not finna give you no game, bro, so you can beat me. It's hard enough beating these motherfuckers, you know, when I was out there in the fast lane. Mm-hmm. It's hard enough if you in a serious state to make it out your state. So I'm not giving you nothing. Yeah. All the fucking research I did, the development I did, you know, to make me successful. Plus, not only that, but some people just really do be like that. Really want to see what you're doing so they can get one up on you. They don't always be genuine, homies like that. They want to, okay, yeah, let me see what he's feeding, because this shit be looking good every time we bring one out. Oh, this nigga feed Old Roy. Everybody feeding Old Roy, and I'm still feeding Orange.
Oh, we heard it. I was just trying to see if you, because you named your dog Showtime, and then you had a dog named Red Jack, and I know that they are both dog food brands, so I thought maybe your food was Showtime.
Well, yeah, I used to tell people that too, though, you know. But yeah, I always said, you know, the cleanest best as far as kibble go.
I can dig it.
Cleanest and best, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, I feed Origin now. I ain't tripping on that because that shit costs so much. When you see that shit, it'll be like a goddamn 13-pound bag, man. That shit be like $50. It'll be like a 27-pound bag, be $90. So, yeah, you can copy me if you want to. I only got 3 dogs. You motherfuckers got 10 and 12 and shit, so good luck.
I dig it.
So, yeah, I don't care now. I tell you, I'll feed Origin all day. You know, if you'll listen. But then when they see the bag, they be like, oh, he lying. Most people don't even know what Origin kibble look like because it costs so fucking much.
You're right.
The regular dog, man, he fucking ain't finna go over there and look at that shit. He got a fucking bills to pay. He go to work every day and do overtime and shit. You just a regular working man.
Yes, sir.
But with a bunch of dogs, so I only got 3 though. So you need to eat origin all day, every day.
That's right. Hey man, Ram, if you could own any pit bull in history, dead or alive, which one would it be and why?
Any pit bull in history, I would own. Well, it's 2. I would either own Tudor's Blackjack Jr. because he was big and 9-time winner. He put 9 of them down. You feel me? He was just a killer.
Yeah.
And he fought at catch weight, so he wasn't always the biggest dog. You feel me? A lot of the times the dogs were his size, or he was the smaller dog, and he still got the job done. So we'll take it way back to the early 19th century with him. And then the second one would have to be, and it was only because I just like things just for little black dogs, that had to be Zebo.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. Yes.
Because he was a producer. He showed proof to be game in his match against Greaser, and he had a ton of mouth. Only downside, he was a man biter, but the younger me, hell yeah, keep a man biter because can't nobody steal him. And I ain't got no kids or, my woman ain't going back there fucking with him. He ain't going to bite me. When the homies come over, I just tell them, don't go by that little black motherfucker. He going to bite your stupid ass if you do. Yeah. But as far as thieves go, hell yeah, go on and steal that black one. He going to bite the shit out you. Hopefully he still got you by the time I get there so I can bite you too.
So when you're not working with your dogs, what do you like to do to unwind, man?
I be watching just little different dumb TV shows. Like I just started watching this shit called Resident Alien. The Man, I just finished The Man Who Fell to Earth. I'm nerded out on just a lot of shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I've been fucking with the string theory real heavy lately, and seeing the difference between that and the end brain theory. Because then it's both dealing with parallels, but they're formulated and not formulated, but they fucking just lined up different. One is on the actual end brain, and then one is a bunch of lines connected to a string. That's just the dumbed down version of that.
Yeah. And how do you balance your time with all that?
People too, a little races and shit like that, or just little bitch ass trolls. I like to troll them because I like to roast. I got them to. I write comedy too for just local comedians. I keep saying I'm gonna start doing my fucking comedy show, but
that's dope.
I probably just kept it.
That's dope, man. So how do you balance your time though between the dogs and your personal life, man? Do you got like a schedule set, or do you just kind of?
Yeah. First thing, wake up, fucking piss, wash my face, brush my teeth, go check on the dogs. Wherever they shit it over at night, get that up, make sure they water good, check they chains, and they change spots. Even though I do got them in fucking kennels, I still keep them on the chain though, but they on like more of a cable one that's hanging above. They're not tethered to the ground, so I check, all the connections to them and shit, check their collars, they water, clean up the area, and then I hit the gym. Take a shower at the gym, take my ass to work, start working on the first car of the day. And same thing when I get home. You feel me? Kiss my wife on the cheek and go right to the backyard. That way I can, check on everybody, make sure ain't nobody get loose. Clean up whatever shit they might have shit in, feed them. And I still fuck with them though, so I take one off, set up a spring pole for the rest of them. We'll walk, a mile, come back. And I only got 3, so I only walk 3 miles a day, and that's actually good because I was getting the extended dead bod, and that's turning into fat boy status. I ain't trying to be big backing, So that, and then see what my kids on, they get home and shit. My wife still be at work usually when I get home, so I just fuck around, get high. I'll live my life doing exactly what I want, so that's what I want to do. I'm going to do it. You feel me?
Sir.
I think every man take care of his fucking business should live his life like that.
So
do exactly what you want after you handle your responsibilities.
Right. So what bloodlines are you running today, and what is it about those lines that got you working with them today?
Well, shit, I'm retired. I ain't running shit. I rarely been showing these motherfuckers at the little local confirmation shows and shit, but only because it's been too hot. But right now I got some Eli shit that I like a lot. So I got a cool Eli male across to some Tombstone Bolio shit. Then I got some real old, damn near pure Tombstone shit. And that's it. Nothing fucking spectacular or heavy, as far as name-wise go.
Yeah.
But the dogs themselves, besides me, campaigning them and shit, they still gotta follow that same type of formula. You still gotta want to work. You feel me? You still gotta have that prey drive, even though we ain't using that shit no more. I still like to see it. You feel me? Because I could just redirect that energy.
Yes, sir.
So, so a lot of my fucking standards still stick the same, less, the campaigning of them. But yeah, you still gotta have as close to perfect confirmation as, you could get. Still gotta have that temperament, but boy, you get forced. But you gotta be able to be smart enough to know when that temperament is wanted.
Right.
If we just tell you, don't be fucking out there turned up. There's no need for that. You live with these motherfuckers. Even if you get off, y'all start fighting. I ain't finna let y'all just keep fighting like how I would back in the day. I want to see who's who. Since you motherfuckers decided you was ready to do it now, let's see it. Now it's like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm disappointed in you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you said that shit for when we go hunt coyotes or we go hunt javelinas. Then you can act like you a fucking box dog maniac.
Right.
When we just telling like these your family. So I try to instill those values and ways into them because dogs don't speak English. You feel me? So I can't really evaluate what type of psychology they got, other than I do understand that they come from pack animals, so that's still in them, so they could appreciate the hierarchy of a pack.
Yeah.
Even if they're not running in the exact pack, just respect it enough to fucking not kill each other if one of you motherfuckers get loose. I don't want you for that. You feel me? I don't got you for that.
Yeah. I'm glad that you said that. And for the audience out there who don't think that pit bulls can coincide, I think I've talked about this before. They can, and they can still get out there and go get a boar, and they can still go out there and hunt a coyote and all that stuff, and still possibly, I wouldn't leave them alone, but
that energy, bro, and show them what pleases you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep.
The only thing I wouldn't advise or recommend is feeding them too close to each other.
Right.
You feel me? If you do got it, in the crib and they just chilling and shit when it's time to eat or get treats, you feel me? Spread them out.
Right.
One go over here, one go over here, one go over there, and everybody eating their corner. Granted, they can get along, but that food, any animal will fight over their food. Shit.
Yeah.
You see, fucking Ray got his ass beat for his cornbread.
Yeah. I heard. So you said something about Zebo, but I was curious, man. What's your personal stance on man biters?
Like I said, if you single, you ain't got no kids, none of that shit, and a girl ain't gonna be out there fucking with them, get them, because that makes you a more responsible owner. I've had man biters before, and I would tell you, come over here, don't go over there by him, because he'll grab your ass, Everybody else, cool. There's not one yard that I've been to, west, east, north, south, wherever. Every successful yard got one on the yard right now that's like that.
Yep.
And the owner will tell you don't go by him because he will grab you.
Yep.
Now, if you do got kids and all that shit, then no. I wouldn't recommend it because these dogs and fucking biting people and shit is a whole different ball game, man. They fuck some shit up. One of the pedigrees I sent you was a dog named Wiki Cassie. I sent you earlier. That was a dog off a buckshot to his belly mate robe. Me and my kennel partner, Wild Bill, the one who I told you was a mentor to me earlier.
Yeah.
He also trained dogs professionally, and we trained her up to Shetson 2 and gave her, passed her off to one of the homies to let them finish her off to get up to Shetson 3. And still to this day, she's the only pit bull terrier to make it to that level.
Wow.
That's how hard it is. As good and as smart as these dogs can be, It's the fucking telling them, getting them off of shit and getting them to stay and not, engage in shit is the part that a lot of them lose at. That's why she the only one, though, in history still that was able to do that to that level, O-Dog, he was trained up to shuts and one, but he was a little bit more of a nutcase when it came to cranking on the dog, when you shutting, a dog could be used as a distraction to distract your dog. So it's a lot of shit that go into keeping your dog focused on that and not attacking it till either the threat is imminent or is told to attack it.
Yeah.
So, if you don't got fucking, no responsibilities, but you're responsible enough, you got a man biter, I say keep him. But if you're not, and you do got fucking kids, little cousins, nieces, whatever coming over there, get rid of that motherfucker, man.
Yep. I can dig it.
Biting the kid, or even biting the person, or even biting you, is gonna be terrible. Especially if you got one who could really bite it. It seems like damn near every man biter got a ton of mouth.
Ain't that
like a 10 plus, every one of them. So if they could do that to a dog who built to take that, humans ain't built to take that, bro. We ain't built out of shit, really. We thin skinned and it's tender, and it get tenderized. Salute the Cartoon 5-3 for that one.
Well, Ram, this is the part of the show that I call Quickfire Questions. It's when I asked you either one or the other. You could say both, but it's just your preference on whatever it is, man. So here we go.
I would take some shots with you if I had to pick both, but I'm going out drag racing later, so I can't be drunk.
I dig it, man. Well, how about slap meal or carpet meal?
Slap meal.
Okay. Do you care to say why?
Well, the slap meal, especially how I used it, is why I was successful. I was able to bring one from fucking 58 down to like 49, from fucking 50 down to fucking 41, 42 was how I used the slap meal. So to me, the slap meal is the best tool ever.
Okay.
That's why my teeth is based around that.
Okay. How about collar or harness?
Collar.
Okay.
Just because you get more control, especially if you got a dog who real high strong or just bite real hard and shit. You want to have control of where the fucking action is going to be coming from or be at.
Yeah.
So even though the harness does have its place when conditioning, or if you weight pull and you don't want to weight pull from the collar, nothing super dumb heavy. But the collar just for the control of it. Yeah,
no, I totally feel you, man. I started probably later kind of liking the harness, but when I had a red boy dog and I had to keep it on the collar because we'd just be walking, and it would just flip out.
I'm going to try to get it too.
All right, how about mouth or game?
Game.
Okay. You want to tell them why?
Gameness is not high as far as my breeding goes. Because I done seen game dogs get bit down. You need way more than just being a game plug. But the name of the game is scratching. And to win, a lot of dogs who ain't game fucking quit on scratching,
Right.
A lot of dogs I've seen, they will quit on all fours. They don't have what I call topside gameness, which is even if you ahead, you're going to stay on and try to finish it, or bottom side gameness where you got to come from behind to win. They didn't display either one of those traits. So, the gameness should always be your base, especially when you first start out and developing, your yard. I would rather have a yard full of game plugs than hard mouth curves. And I love mouth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kibble or raw?
Brother, I feed Origin, so, I would go kibble. But I do feed raw, too, like they on raw now in the summer because it's so hot out here, and you in the desert, too. So, you know how they get. Mm-hmm. You feel me? That kibble, they keep a little bit more fat around they fucking, around their intestines, around their liver, around their kidneys. you know, because it got a little bit more of a saturated fat that they add to it. So I feed them raw in the summer, and then after monsoon season, I switch them back to kibble. But I don't take them completely off the kibble. They just don't get only kibble, you know?
Yeah.
They only get where I would give them fucking 3 cups of kibble. Now you're only getting a quarter cup, because now you're getting fucking kale, beets, sweet potato, chicken breast, chicken quarter. Like, the motherfucker be eating good, bro.
I bet. Your dogs sound like, shit, I'm trying to eat with your dogs, man.
Yeah, them
kibble too.
Like, they gonna make them a plate too, type shit.
Yeah. How about the chain setup or kennel run?
Chain all day, brother.
All
Just
right.
because that resistance, man, they can do a lot. That's like, you know, having a pull-up bar or a dip bar, depending on how the dogs act on it. I done had dogs stay at the end of it. You know, they digging and pulling against just the dirt. Them motherfuckers be strong as hell, hard as hell to walk. Had ones who come up to the end, acrobat flip. They always had real good balance. They was always real athletic. So it's a lot of good work that come off of that chain. And if you don't got a big enough kennel set up, the dog gets soft, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like body-wise, you know, not mentality-wise, but just body-wise. That chain keep them in shape. It's like dog calisthenics, bro.
That's right. All right, let's tug of war or fetch.
Fetch, but only because, you know, how I do, you know, my keeping. I'm real big on recovery, getting the heart rate up, maximum stress, and keeping it there. And you still able to recover on your feet. So yeah, fetch.
Okay. Road work or hiking?
Road work. Only because out here we rattlesnakes and Gila monsters, all the type of shit that a pit bull would like to stick his face in front of and maybe try to bite it. Would fucking get out there and bite your dog in the eye. You feel me? Now you gotta take the lead to the vet and shit. So just cause we got this, you know, wildlife that could fuck a dog up, I just prefer, you know, to keep him safe.
That's
Even though hiking is good, it's real good, but I think a dog get more out of the other one.
Yes. So Ram, what kind of legacy? You know, I know you do. You know, people may not know that you do game dog talk with 7-8 Sports, and I think you guys do a
Roster Man and Buck and Schoolboy.
Yep. But like, you know, so I know you do that show, man, and it helps a lot of us in the community, man. I was just gonna ask, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind in the APBT community, man?
Just fucking be true to the game. You know, I always stay true to the game, man. Win, lose, or motherfucking draw, I stayed true to it, and I respected it. If anything, I say just that, man. Respect the game. You know, and that shit, you'll be a whole lot fucking better for it, because the game will respect you, and you'll get your blessings that way. I never was really big on fucking, you know, having the bloodline and saying my name a whole bunch of times in the pedigree. I ain't never fucking gave a fuck about that. I would change my name on pedigrees just because I didn't want people to know how my dogs was bred. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that never floated my boat. Now that I'm older and looking back, it would have been nice to have started a family to see where it went, but I was more of a competitor than a breeder. You feel me? I always kept that competition mentality. I would only breed so I could have sons to compete with, as opposed to breeding and I could, you know, preserve the blood or sell a couple dogs or sell a bunch of dogs. I ain't never give a fuck about that shit. Like, bread was easy to get. You feel me? So I don't care about that shit. I would fucking buy a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Or I could make one.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I just wanted to compete to prove myself in that arena, because, you know, that's the highest you could get in the pit bull, is you being successful in the fast lane. So that was always my goal, just that competitive drive.
And I just want to remind...
Don't let that be a legacy. You feel me? Miss out on a lot of shit.
And I just want to remind the audience that this is all historical, educational, may not even be true.
Years ago.
And like I said, you know, he's a retired man. He's living his family life. Like he said, I got 3 dogs in the yard, and I don't even be about that no more. But I
And
just
I'll allow them to be about that if they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, one that is like that, I'll get them off the yard. Like, nah, we chilling now.
and
You
like
get to enjoy being a dog. You
Yeah.
feel me?
And like you said earlier about dogs being able to coincide, I was going to say, besides that, what's one other myth or misunderstanding about the APPT that you love to debunk on this show, man?
The one I hate the most, well, it's two I hate equally, but they're the most that I hate.
Okay.
First is their jaws lock.
Yeah.
Jaws do not lock. They're just so tenacious and determined to stay on your fucking ass that you needed something, a tool to get them off your ass, whether it's a dog or a person. You feel me? But that's not no fucking special jaw design, locking mechanism, none of that shit. If the dog fucking jaw don't fucking dislocate, move forward, then lock, none of that. It's just his will to fucking put his mouth on something is why it's hard to get him off. That and this dumbass fucking gunpowder myth. If you get a dog gunpowder, they're gonna make him mean. Fuck around, kill your dog, you give him some gunpowder, bro. That shit.
Don't do it.
Well, it's another one too, because motherfuckers think that you making them fight. Like, if you could make a dog fight, no one would ever have a cur. And the cur is a dog who quit fighting, where they way ahead. He just doesn't want to continue. If there was any way that you could make these dogs fight, any way at all, we wouldn't have curs at all. Never.
Yeah.
So we would just make them continue to scratch. So you can't make these dogs fight. You can't teach them how to fight. You can only fucking encourage, whatever style they would have naturally. And you fucking encourage that and grow that style. Now you can show them, put different style dogs on how to defend, and if they smart enough, maybe they'll pick up some of that shit. But now you can't fucking feed them dog food to make them mean. Their jaws don't lock, and you cannot make them fight. If they don't want to fight, motherfuckers will turn around and bite you. Or you keep trying to make them because they don't want to do it. They jump out the pit, all that shit. So that's the three myths that I hate right there.
All right.
You can't make these dogs do shit. They're more stubborn than your fucking wife when she mad at you.
Well, Ram, I got one more question for you, man. If somebody was coming to you, man, and they just wanted to get into the American Pit Bull Terrier, man, what's a bit of advice you would give to them?
Don't. Do something else, bro. The shit, I make it sound fun and cool and take you back to the glory days and all that shit, and I still got the passion just from the memories and the trouble that you can get into now for even fucking around and fronting like you doing something illegal with them, paying you up in the feds. You feel me? Like,
Right.
when I went for bank robbery. I'm supposed to be in there. If you going in there for dog, you ain't supposed to be in there with motherfuckers like me or worse. You feel me? So it's not even worth putting yourself in that position, young homie. Just do something else, bro.
Right.
If you really just want one and you want a good bred one and all that, well, get into, weight pulling or showing them. Because I love confirmation shows. You feel me? I'm like, I got hella trophies from the confirmation side of the game once I retired because I'm still competitive. But now we just competing on looks. And sometimes I enter the weight pool. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay? And I usually only enter, pound for pound most weight pool because I ain't finna be out there trying to pull against them big old 100+ pound fucking bullies and shit. Like, the motherfuckers pull the house down. But my little 30-pound dog, 35-pound dog, he gonna pull a 300, 355. That's 10 times his body weight. You big motherfuckers ain't finna do that. So give me my ribbon or my trophy for that. You feel me?
Yep.
And let me get my ass back on over to the show side because, my class coming up next.
Yeah.
So if you really just want one like that and just to have it for that, but you gotta be responsible, you feel me? Because that male bravado is real and you don't want to see, I want to see what this motherfucker could do. He was acting a fool when I walked him past Bob's house and Bob Shipper started barking at him and that shit turned into a slippery slope, young homie. And, it ain't just worth sliding down that motherfucking slope. Not these days. They give motherfuckers fed time for that shit, bro. You don't want to do that. So my best advice would be don't. Unless you don't just really just nut up and just say, this all I'm doing with them and stick to that. I say just get something else, bro.
So for my audience, I hope you heard what he said, because they giving you more than football numbers. They giving you more than football numbers these days.
Yeah,
So
exactly. You know, I feel bad for trying to get a couple more million out the same then, and not for no dog. No,
yeah,
big homie would be so disappointed in me if I showed back up in that bitch over some dogs. Like, bro, what you doing? You been home 20, 21. You back here for some dogs? Like, the
yeah,
first time you was here, you know, for snatching millions out the safe. What the fuck?
yep,
But the fucking punishment is still gonna be the same. So, yeah, I would say just don't, bro. Unless you just want to be a show dog guy and don't get caught up in the bullshit and the fucking male bravado and, oh, man, your dog ain't shit. And that thing, you know, you trying to roll your dog.
yep,
But you don't know this motherfucker you rolling into is the feds. He allowed to roll dogs. You not.
yep. Well, Ram, we have a thing on this show. We call it give a dog a bone. It's kind of like giving a man his flowers. And I just want to give you your respects, man, for everything that you do to preserve the breed. And, you know, in your show, Game Dog Talk, man, where you can see Rastaman, Bakary, Schoolboy, 7-8 Sports, and you, and guests that you bring on, man, and just thank you for that, man. It really inspires a lot of us dog men out there, and just what you do, man, you know, with your dogs, man, and just being the guy that, you know, I just heard from this interview. I just want to give you your respects, man.
All right on, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Well, man, we don't really have an outro for this show. I just tell them from Beer and Bulldogs till next time.
Hey, man, I'll give you one of my classic outros then. I got you. Let's go with the interview.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hey, man, none of this shit is intended for, nor should you be using it towards any illegal purposes or activities. If you is using it for that, you can not get any of that from us because we do not condone or promote any violations of the Animal Welfare Act, past, present, or future. And if you do find yourself in trouble, refer back to the last part of this interview because I told your stupid ass, don't do it. You did it anyway, so it's not my fault, motherfucker. Other than that, be smooth.
Cheer. I feel that. All right, brother.
All right, family.
Hey, man, you have a good evening.
You too, cuz.
All right, cuz.
Peace.
Peace.